Thank you, everyone.
Actually, he has a very big portfolio, so we can't explain everything.
We just kept it all there. So it's so nice of you. Thank you all. Happy to answer any questions around any qualification because no problem. But probably speaking, I'm a simple guy and I will do a bit of IT, as you can see. And I have worked for 23 years, or more than 23 years in Brisbane, doing all the consultation work as a contractor, of course, as a video admin. And these are some of my good clients, and that's been it's been wonderful. So I can only thank this country and Brisbane for being so kind to me, right? Okay, so today let's talk about Google. Google I have just created a fast track, okay? Because who wants to keep on and on and on, people rattling on, right? So I'll just talk to you in a succinct way about the functionality, about what they offer, and I'm hoping that you will take away something that is beneficial. Okay? And my goal tonight is to make sure that you came in and you go out and you don't go out empty. Okay. So if there's anything that I have given to you in terms of knowledge, in terms of know-how, in terms of an additional idea, I am very happy. Okay, that's all I'm looking for. So this is my QR code, and if everyone's more than welcome to connect with me. Please definitely don't feel shy, definitely connect. I'd love to say hi, and I always reply my messages on time. So that is excellent. All right, so let's start. Okay, so introduction, Google Cloud. We are going to explore the potential and the capabilities of GCP platform for students, developers, and everyone here, which is lovely. Okay, as an agenda, I have an introduction, why Google Cloud matters for students and others. There are key services and features of GCP. What are the real world applications that GCP has delivered for us, and learning and certifications, and of course, there is a Q&A. Okay. So that's action-packed agenda, right? So moving on from there, for everyone here, basic, let's start here and say cloud computing has revolutionized everything by decentralizing and centralizing, right? So resources, provision, on-demand services, and it has been an absolutely fantastic journey so far. And we are developing, we are growing, we are doing better as a mankind day in, day out, which is fantastic. So we love $1 million app. Yes, we all love $1 million app. So without physical infrastructure, developers can now build, launch, scale an app faster. Cloud solutions do provide that quick deployment without the hardware provisioning and the expense. And it also provides the automatic scaling, which helps a lot on traffic and workload changes and making the scaling part a lot better and a lot faster, right? And that is why we do love cloud, because a lot of people say, well, I've got a server. Why do I need a cloud? Well, you need a cloud because of that, right? So that's essentially the value proposition, why we love cloud, right? And why it matters. So let's talk about the core services now. And we have storage, we have BigQuery, we have compute engine, and we have these services that are a foundation building for scalable and reliable applications. Because if I can't give you a storage that is reliable, if I can't give you an application compute that is reliable and trustworthy, and I can't give you a query facility, then really I'm wasting your time, right? So I shouldn't be doing that. So therefore, Google does help a lot on that front. So then it comes back to us and says, okay, I understand, Hardik, but what are the core services that I can get in the GCP platform? So as a whole, you have a compute engine which runs all the apps, the workloads, and the infrastructure using your VMs, the virtual machines, right? You have Kubernetes for all my friends who love the Docker and love the containerization. We do have a GKE, which manages deployment and management. For cloud storage, it is fantastic because it does a lot of reliable storage and accesses services. There is a big table also for large scale NoSQL database. So how many people here have tried using a NoSQL? Because database was always taught to us as SQL, right? We always thought SQL, query, table, connectivity. Excellent, thank you. So if you haven't, definitely give it a shot. It's definitely more powerful, definitely more impressive, and it works really well. Okay, NoSQL is the new concept. Any format, any structure, you can shove in the data and we'll retrieve it like magic. And it's a brilliant thing. Cloud SQL and BigQuery is managed across a lot of different platforms, and most comfortable structure that you like in terms of Postgres or SQL. Cloud Spanner is another thing where we have mission critical relational database service with excellent consistency. So this is extremely fast, extremely consistent, extremely reliable. And that is where it makes a lot of difference. We also have a pub and sub. So when you are developing applications where you are pushing data out, or you are receiving data, you're publishing, you are subscribing, we have a pub sub function. So you know how those application notifications pop up on the across the board? There is a pub sub facility out of the box. Now, moving on from there, we have data store, fire store, and cloud functions, which is great. And we also have the Vision AI, which is great because someone was telling me whether I have an AI or not. Yes, we do. So that is great. Okay. So moving on from there, let me bring you to this 1 minute explanation of cloud storage. Now, um, anyone keen to use cloud storage on a regular basis, then definitely have this idea because it is an impressive idea and it does make a difference in terms of availability and scalability.
Give me a minute and I'll show you how cloud storage can help you store objects while optimizing the performance of your apps. Google Cloud Storage is a global, secure, and scalable object or blob store for immutable, unstructured data such as images, videos, and documents. When you're building an app, you store objects in buckets, which are associated with a project. You can then upload objects to the bucket and download objects from it using the console or gsutil commands. By default, data at rest is encrypted, and you have options to secure it with your own encryption keys. You can grant permission to specific members and teams, or make the objects fully public for mobile and web applications. When creating buckets, you have options depending on budget, availability, and access frequency. Choose standard regional or multi-regional buckets for high performance, frequent access, and highest availability. Nearline for once a month access, cold line for less than once a quarter, and archive for data that you want to put away for years. The objects are automatically versioned. And with object lifecycle management, you can automatically transition the data to lower cost storage classes when it reaches a certain age or when you store a newer version of the file. Once you have stored the data, accessing it is easy with a single API call for all the storage classes. Cloud storage is optimal to use for hosting static websites, streaming, and storing documents. It is widely used for backups and archives, and it is a great data lake choice for big data and ML. Next time you're thinking about storing data, take a minute and look at cloud storage. For more info, check out cloud.google.com/storage.
Thank you. So that does make a lot of difference. When you have an object lifecycle where you are moving actively across the buckets, the cost shrinks, and that is a saving. And I think it does help in terms of having that budget control, having that extra ability to use those dollars more profusely towards marketing and other objectives, right? So, any questions, any queries from anyone, or we are okay to go ahead? And let's talk about data analytics and let's talk about machine learning. So, unlocking the power of BigQuery and AI, we have valuable insights that we can drive for intelligent business decisions. A lot of people at the moment are talking about AI, and a lot of people are saying, "Oh, look, ChatGPT is the best use case." I think yes, it is true. It is a fantastic use case. However, there are other use cases that we can do, and that is around AI, around intelligent business decisions, around identifying anomalies and those kind of wonderful things, right? Now, one might say, "Hardik, what kind of anomalies or what capabilities have we got actually using that AI?" So I have this little presentation for you where we have robotics connected to the AI to show you how that matters. So we have a cloud vision API.
Cloud Vision provides powerful image analytics capabilities as easy-to-use APIs. It enables application developers to build the next generation of applications that can see and understand the content within the images. The service is built on powerful computer vision models that power several different Google services. The service enables developers to detect a broad set of entities within an image, from everyday objects to faces and product logos. The service is so easy to use. As one example of the use cases, you can have any Raspberry Pi robot like GoPiGo calling the Cloud Vision API directly. So the bot can send the images taken by its camera to the cloud and can get the analysis results in real time. It detects faces in the image along with the associated emotions. The Cloud Vision API is also able to detect entities within the image. Now, let's see how facial detection works. Cloud Vision detects faces on the picture and returns the positions of eyes, nose, and mouth. So, you can program the bot to follow the face. It also detects emotions such as joy, anger, surprise, and sorrow. So the bot can move towards smiling faces or avoid anger or surprised face. One of the very interesting features of Cloud Vision API is the entity detection. That means it detects any objects you like. Let's see how it works.
It's glasses. It's banana. It's automobile. It's money.
You see? Cloud Vision lets developers to take advantage of Google's latest machine learning technologies quite easily. Please go to cloud.google.com/vision to learn more.
So you can see endless applications of this Cloud Vision API growth as it progresses further, and it enhances our capacity to utilize the ability of ML and AI coupled up with a lot of functionality that can make life better for us, right? So now let's talk about the app. As we spoke, the $1 million app, right? Anyone has pets here? No? No pets? Any pets? But anyone loves pets? You have a pet? Great, fantastic, thank you. Anyone loves pets? We love everybody else's pets. So that's good, right? We love the pet, of course, right? So let me tell you this story where pet adoption was the idea of our $1 million app. Okay? So pets need adopters, and adopters need pets. And there are pets that we can put together. And let's explore this concept into an app. All right. So if we think about it, we have to collect the data. So we have to research the breed, age, size, temperament, color, and pets at the local animal center. And we have to find out that what pet size, activity level, living environment, and past pet ownership, experience potential, the adopters prefer. Right? And here's our baseline data. Ready. Okay. So bringing it to the next level, we take that data, and Google Cloud Storage ensures the scalability and longevity of the information that we just collected. Then we can use Google BigQuery that can provide the popular pet breeds, that can provide us the popular adoption patterns and the adoption preferences, right? So here is a real life implementation of technology to the idea, right? So moving on from there, we have the growth idea. Let's talk about the progress. So we developed the machine learning model, and we use the Google AI platform to train the ML model to predict the pet adoption success based on the pet. Okay. So when people come to us and say we are a local animal shelter, we have this wonderful pet that needs an adoption, we can use AI, right? So with that, we use the decision tree and the neural network to anticipate accurately, and then we add that machine learning model into the Google Cloud app. Now, I took name Possum Match, okay, because it's awesome, right? It has a paw. And I create a mobile app, and we create a simple interface that has the adopters there where they can enter the preferences, and we have the app recommends them a matching pet. So moving on from there, we have live feedback and improvement. We use Firebase. Firebase is a technology provided by Google Cloud, and it allows us to track the input data, adoption, and improve the machine learning model. Of course, there is Google Analytics that can tell us how our websites and apps are doing well and what sort of usage patterns we are getting and how we can improve. Okay? And then from there, we have the civic participation. We share success stories. We share and we organize adoption events. We can even do local animal shelter connectivity, and we support the community. And in that process, we have Google Maps that can identify the animal shelters, right? So you can see this is where we started from scratch. We had a beautiful idea where we have used Google Cloud to deliver a tangible, successful concept that can be commercialized and that can be used to make life better, right? So a lot of Google Cloud, thank you for joining us, thank you. So Google Cloud does help us enhance an idea from nothing, zero, to a very impressive business model. Okay? Any questions before I progress? No? All right, excellent. God, you guys are so good, I tell you what. Please don't feel shy. Ask me the question, no problem. Okay. So security and compliance. Everybody says, Hardik, we're gonna have a lot of data. We're gonna have a lot of people looking at it. What about security? We're gonna get stolen, right? We have a problem with compliance. So I have some good news for you, and that is GCP as a platform prioritizes the security and compliance in a robust infrastructure with an advanced security feature, which ensures the data protection and regulatory adherence for your peace of mind out of the box. Okay. And you might say, look, all those words sound absolutely wonderful, but what do they actually mean? So there are 5 notable aspects to the security that is offered by Google Cloud out of the box. So what we offer is a multi-layer security model, which includes the physical infrastructure, the data, and the access level control. Okay. We do offer built-in compliance control. So whether you're talking SOC 1, SOC 2, PCI DSS, ISO 27001, SOC 3, you may have seen HIPAA, or you are looking at GDPR. All of them are built in. Okay. Advanced encryption and key management. We have an encrypted key store, so that helps keeping the keys safe in an encrypted fashion. Identity and access management. We already provide the MFA and the zero trust infrastructure, which makes a lot of compliance a breeze. Okay, there is no need for external federation. For those of my friends who have ever tried to implement it, it is not funny. I've tried it myself, and it does produce a lot of challenge. I was very fortunate. It was a government organization. I got that experience, and I decided to go to cloud. Okay, so don't try it. It is challenging. Security and compliance. Further, we also have Google Cloud Armor that helps you to prevent the DDoS, and it's a fully managed security service provided by Google. So you don't have to know, you don't have to worry. There is Google protection there, which does provide you excellent support. Okay. So when we talk about network and connectivity, so it's all good to be secure, it's all good to be storing fine. If we don't have good connectivity, then we don't have any chance of providing good network, right? So when we talk about network and connectivity, it operates with the most advanced links of thousands of miles and fiber optic under the sea. And Google has numerous POPs and an enormous CDN. Okay. Along with that, we have global load balancing as well. Now, all my friends who are using alternative providers from Google, that are Microsoft and Amazon, know much about this global load balancing. So basically what we're saying is, if you're down here, we'll redirect you there, and we'll make sure you're never down again. Okay. So moving on from there, we have cost management and optimization features built in. So a lot of people say, this is fantastic, Hardik, this is great, but is it going to cost me a bucket? Well, the answer is no. It is not going to cost you a bucket, because what we do in Google Land is we use Cost Optimizer and Cost Explorer and budgets and alerts that monitor the costs and inform us, right? We have the right size recommendation out of the box as well, so you don't have to guess, because a lot of times you're cautious. You're thinking, look, what if I get an extra load, and Google does the right size optimization. It provides the discounts as the size increases, and there is always that preemptive VM for batch processing. And also we have managed instances for auto scaling and load balancing. Now, I'm sure if you use other providers, you know what a managed instance is. That helps you to grow and provide auto scaling at a given point. Similarly, Google does the same thing in the cloud. So for all of my friends who are doing development, right? And all those who are trying, that's included, right? So Google development tools are fantastic. Okay, we empower the developers at the GCP with comprehensive suite of tools and services, and enhance the productivity with the collaboration while building scalable, strong, and deployment of apps. Okay, so what does that mean? We provide Google Software Development Kit. There is a cloud software development kit. There is a cloud Firestore and a cloud database for fully managed NoSQL. There is a cloud SQL and BigQuery for large scale ease of use. Firebase is a comprehensive mobile app and web development suite platform that includes authentication, database, and cloud messaging out of the box. So hence, going back to my previous idea where I said we use Firebase for the Possum Match app. So I have got the authentication, I have got the web development platform, and I have got the real-time database. So I've got that out of the box. Kubernetes will help me manage the event-driven functions, and Cloud Run will scale my app. So basically, when we come down to cloud monitoring and logging, there is already a comprehensive monitoring and logging service out of the cloud platform that will allow me to monitor the stats and monitor the data and traffic across the board. Sounds like a good idea? So let's talk about cloud functions. Anyone use cloud functions here? Let me tell you more about cloud functions then. You're going to really love this thing because this is fantastic, okay? Event-driven function. So what we're talking, everybody knows a function, right? We know we get inputs, we get processing, we have an output, okay? So here we have this beautiful thing that we can invoke and pay for just the use. And that works really well. So let me tell you what it can do. So basically, being a function, we need a trigger to invoke the function, and we need an output, okay? So have a look, see what you think. No?
Give me a minute to show you how Cloud Functions empowers you to focus on your code when getting to production. To get started, you'll bring your code in your preferred and supported language and runtime. As a serverless compute platform, Cloud Functions handles everything else. Need triggers to kick off your code? Provided automatically for you with out-of-the-box support for both HTTP triggers and over 90 event-driven triggers from GCP services. Does your code need to run longer? HTTP triggered functions are perfect for that, as they can take up to 60 minutes to complete their work. Handling scale is built into the platform, as instances of your code scale up and down from 0 based on demand. You can also now configure each instance to handle multiple concurrent requests, along with a minimum number of warm instances that are always ready. Cloud Functions even enables you to perform more complex rollout patterns such as canary deployments, as you can now declaratively split traffic between revisions of your code. And if you're trying to interact with your other services running in a VPC, Cloud Functions enables your code to securely communicate over a private network. So the next time you're looking to get code running as fast as possible in a production-ready serverless environment, check out Cloud Functions.
So there are a few terms here, buzzwords around production ready and serverless environment. So this is a typical environment where you have a function for a particular job, and that job is performed or delivered, and then you just switch it off. Now, a typical use case, let's say, what could this possibly be? So for example, you have a business need where the data has to be ingested and then has to be downloaded into your database. Ingestion is in a different format to the storage and the final result. Well, the answer is a cloud function, okay? So you can receive the data through an API, you can put it in a particular location which is safe and secure, and then have a cloud function that can read the data transform it, and submit it to your database. And that will only be used when you have data coming in, right? So that is a typical use case. Right. So next thing I'm going to talk about with you is about BigQuery. Has anyone used BigQuery? BigQuery. Very good. Excellent. Excellent. So that's fantastic. For all those people who are interested, have a look. This is really good. Okay. So cloud functions, we know now. And let's talk about BigQuery.
Give me 1 minute and I'll show you how BigQuery can help you get insights from your data fast. BigQuery is Google Cloud's enterprise data warehouse designed to help you ingest, store, analyze, and visualize data with ease. You can ingest data into BigQuery by uploading in batch or by streaming data directly, enabling real-time insights. As a fully managed data warehouse, Google takes care of the infrastructure so you can focus on analyzing your data up to petabyte scale. BigQuery supports a standard SQL dialect that is ANSI compliant, so if you already know SQL, you're all set. Interacting with BigQuery is easy. You can use the Cloud Console UI, BigQuery command line tool, or use the API with client libraries of your choice. When it comes time to visualize your data, BigQuery integrates with several business intelligence tools to help you turn complex data into compelling stories. The pricing model is simple. You pay for data storage, streaming inserts, and querying data. Loading and exporting data are free of charge. Storage costs are based on the amount of data stored. For queries, you can choose to pay per query or a flat rate for dedicated resources. So next time you're looking to analyze data, big or small, take a minute and look at BigQuery. To learn more, check out cloud.google.com/BigQuery.
So that is BigQuery. Now, one might say, why? What is a straight use case that I can get for BigQuery? Okay. And one of the cases that I can tell you about where BigQuery does a lot of positive addition is where you have to stream data. Okay. So for example, I've worked on a project where I've had a watch monitor the location of a person and stream that data. I've had a train track information and stream that data using a sensor. Okay, so any real-time transfer of data that you may have, any ingestion that you may have, or any historical analysis that you may have to do for a variety of reasons, whether it is reporting, whether it is intelligence, whether it is LLM, whether it is analysis, all of that can work together using BigQuery. Okay, so now let's talk about best practices. Anyone here architecture background, dealing with architects, right? So you would have heard about this going big best practice, right? Well, I'll tell you this. In an architectural point of view, Google Cloud does have an excellent position because there is successful adoption and implementation of the best practices that from architecture design to deployment to ensure the smooth transition and optimal utilization of GCP resources. So whether you're talking about system design, whether you're talking about performance optimization, cost optimization, reliability, security, or operational excellence, we have all bases covered, and that's a 5-prong approach that Google gives you. So then the question becomes, if it is so good, Hardik, who's using it, right? Let's see who's using it, because there must be someone who is really big, really reliable, and is using this so that we can reflect on them and say, if they're using it, this must be good. So let me talk to you about one of my clients and a beautiful organization called Equifax. Now, anyone here has taken a loan of any sort or bought a mobile phone on a plan or something like that? Any credit? We have used that in our lifetime somewhere where we may have borrowed some money somehow for either buying a house or buying a loan, or we may have paid taxes with ATO, or we may have visited the bank, right? For a variety of reasons. Wherever you go, you will hear a term, and that is called credit rating, credit score. And you will hear that, what is your credit score? So I'm pleased to inform to you that in Australia, the entire credit score is provided by one provider, and that is Equifax, okay? And Equifax provides enormous amount of data that it has to crunch, because we're talking the whole country, individual and businesses. So starting from simple people like you and me, all the way up to Bunnings. If you are out to borrow any money, or if you're out to take a loan, or if you're even out to take a plan for your mobile phone, your credit check is done by Equifax. So as you can see, that straight away translates to a lot of data, a lot of crunching, and a lot of data intelligence that has to happen. And I'm very pleased to say that that success story is right here. And this is my friend and my colleague, Manav, who has...
Equifax is a global data and analytics company. We help financial organizations, government institutions, employees, and everyday Australians make key financial decisions. My name is Manav Doshi. I'm the General Manager of Technology Solutions at Equifax, and this is our data moment. Equifax is undergoing the largest global transformation in our company's history. Data is at the heart of this transformation. We have a large and diverse range of global data assets. A consolidated data architecture allows us to connect that data, effectively protect it, and make it available in a way that we've never been able to do before. Data Fabric is a data lifecycle management and analytics platform that we've built using cloud-native technologies working very closely with Google Cloud. It enables us to create a consistent way to process data from thousands of suppliers across ANZ, whilst ensuring the strongest security and compliance measures are in place. Once the data is architected in Data Fabric, we can provide customers a 360 view of businesses and individuals.
Having the right compute infrastructure helps us to get smarter insights and decisions. Our analysts are able to access and use the latest machine learning and AI techniques in market so that they can build the best descriptive and predictive attributes about people and businesses. By having our data organized in the Data Fabric, we can make data available to our customers in weeks, not months. And with our stronger security and detection controls, we've been able to improve our governance and risk management. Our data moment was realizing that we're transforming our data analytics business for a digitally connected generation. We're aiming to help businesses to make more informed decisions, and we can do that with data.
For Australia and New Zealand for Equifax. So this has been an absolutely brilliant implementation across our Australia New Zealand landscape for Google Cloud, and Equifax regularly provides a lot of data and a lot of credit scores across the whole country. So that's a massive success story. The next thing that I have on my agenda for you is to talk about how do I start, right? Because this all sounds fantastic. So the next thing is that a person might say, "Hi, this sounds great. How do I start? What do I do?" Right? So what Google offers is a free tier with free credits. Use the quick labs to learn how to use the GCP, okay, and its services effectively. You can use the Cloud Shell to write for more scripts for those who love to do the coding, and you also have the Cloud Playground as a sandbox that you can use. Cloud Playground is an area that you can use to manage and create and blow with the resources on the wing. So it's like a sandbox, okay? And cloud training and certifications are also available if you really like this, and then you can become Google certified, right? I'm Google certified, and it's fantastic to be a part of this enormous journey that our beautiful country is on. And we can definitely make a positive difference in the IT landscape of this place, okay? In terms of cloud credits, they are available for students and student communities. They are there to help, and developer communities are also there to help. So don't feel that if you are doing something and if you need any support, there's nobody there, okay? Please feel free to reach out to the community. Community is great. We have always welcome and answer questions, and we love to work with people, okay? Because the more, the merrier. So in conclusion, Google Cloud does offer a wealth of opportunity, and by leveraging these services, and you can embrace the best practices, and organizations can unlock the full potential of the cloud. So remember the steps. The steps are, there is a growth, then there is progress, and then there is success, as we discussed in our Awesome Match app, right? So first we go identify what our growth is, where we can make that growth, and we collect data. then we create it into a successful idea, and then we market it. Okay, we progress it into an idea, and then we market it, and then success is there. All right. So thank you for your attendance today. Any questions? Hope you enjoyed. You're all still awake, which is great. So I haven't put you to bed. Right. Hasn't been that boring. So that is a good sign. Okay. Any questions? Anyone? None. All right. Okay. So let me talk about the sneak peek into technology enhancements. So everyone was quite keen to say what is coming up in Google world, the world of Google. So let's see what's coming up in generative AI space. Okay. Because generative AI right now is the word buzzword, isn't it? Right. Thanks for your attendance today. Let's keep in touch. All right. And I have this little line for you. If you need a speaker, reach out to me. All right. I hope I didn't bore you. Okay. So that's my QR code. And I really appreciate your presence today. Thank you for joining us. You've been an absolutely wonderful audience. All right. So thank you.